What is going on, guys? Randy here with Nerds Templar. Again, doing something you may notice a little different. Although I have a similar setup, these are not Pokemon cards, as you can maybe see. Uh, we are now, for the first time, and this will be a little different than the Pokemon card collecting series, we are now, for the first time, getting into Disney Lorcana trading card game. Now, this just started in September 2023. I think that's when these came out. As you can see by the name, it's the first expansion called the first chapter. These are two of the three starter decks. Um, I went finally, if you've been following my Pokemon series, you know that I've been to, uh, as I just started recently collecting, cards, Pokemon cards at first again. And then that, I guess, kind of expanded a little bit. Um, it actually began, I should say, with Pokemon video games, trying to collect that, and then went back to the cards after I found my old cards. Then I found out about this, so I figured I'd check it out. But if you've been following that, then you know that I've been to my local comic shop, another local card shop. Well, now I finally went out a little bit further, and I emailed these people a couple times. It's not really that much further, it's only a half hour away, but to a different city, um, and to a much bigger, probably one of the biggest hobby shops around here. First time I've been to it, and I grabbed these. They had a bunch of Disney Lorcana stuff. The card shop that I was at in the other town, um, it had a couple of the newest. There's three series out now. It had a couple of the newest decks, starter decks like these, and then it also had the third of these first chapter decks. It had two. They had two of them there. So I figured, and it was really the one that I can't remember who it is exactly, but it would be the one that I would be least interested in of the three. And since they had two there, I figured I'd grab these two from the other place that I went to today. And here they are. So Disney Lorcana trading card game, brought to you by Ravensburger. I looked into that before I bought anything because it's plastered all over the place like that. And if you don't know, like me, I had to go find out. It's a German puzzle making company, a very well known one apparently, and apparently now they're into trading cards, so trading card games. I also, while I was there, picked up 100 clear sleeves just to have some more of those, so that's good. Anyway, like I said, this is going to be a little different. We're not going to be looking at values for these because I don't know where I would find those just yet. I could probably find out pretty quickly, but what I'm going to do is just look through quickly at what each starter deck has to offer. We're going to look a little closely at maybe some of the cards. I'm going to try to quickly read, maybe not out loud, but I'm going to try to quickly read to myself as many as I can. See if there's anything that might potentially be problematic. I don't think there would be. And I know that there's people who have a lot of fears about Disney, and they're not completely unwarranted. I myself have my own reservations with Disney and Disney products, especially after what they've done to Star Wars. But I did figure, yeah, I would at least give this a try, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. The whole thing is, like with Pokemon, we're going to start with the. I'm not sure who this is, but we're going to start with the Mickey deck, the Amber and Amethyst deck, and we're going to try to briefly explain at least what I know of how the game works, and maybe also in this series we'll be able to show off the decks and whatever you call it, matches, I guess. But like Pokemon, this is another very kid-friendly strategy card game, if you will. And just like with Pokemon, my whole deal is one, cleansing my own soul of all the garbage that doesn't need to be, and encouraging others to do the same, because there's no reason to, like I've said in the past in Pokemon videos, there's no reason when you become an adult to start exclusively consuming R and X-rated things, because really it's not good for anybody. It's just allowable when you're an adult. Doesn't make it good. Anyway, so the great thing about these things is that it comes with a booster. The starter decks come with one booster, so we'll be able to check out some extra cards as well. And then we have a game board. I think this is all the game board takes. And then of course this you play off on this side, I'm pretty sure. It just helps you, I guess, to keep track of where your deck discard is, and then of course so you know which ones are in play. And then an inkwell. Inkwell is like your mana or your energy or whatever you want to call it. And it actually, the way it works is you use your cards here as ink. And so I think you can maybe only make one. I'm not sure about this, if you can make one or more cards ink per turn, but of course it lasts through the whole game, so you want to make sure you know what you're doing. I think if it's like that, has this, like, you can't see the other cards, I guess, but they don't all have this gold ring around the cost. And I think if it has the gold ring, then it means that you can play it as ink, and then you just kind of you would lay it like that. And then that would be how you do stuff. So this would cost 4 ink if you're not using Ariel there. Ariel, and there's more than one, of course, of all, most at least. So this is Ariel on human legs. And singing songs is an interesting thing. It's almost like, it's like your songs are like a type of what you would trainer or magic card kind of thing, you know, like your non-monster sort of card, and or you know, your spell. But it's more songs are like a special type. So here we got a mini little roll thing, so that's always nice. Let's see, the cards. Yep, there you have characters, items, actions. And we'll probably have, maybe you even have like a more tutorial-esque video all by itself here too in this. Like I said, this series is going to be pretty different than the Pokemon Collection one. Because the Pokemon Collection is specifically collection, and then we're going to get into other stuff in different series, maybe Pokemon TCG-wise, like Battling League, if we ever can do it here. So yeah, there is a little bit of rules for how to play the deck, a little bit, not a bunch. You can also play more than 2-player in this, which I thought was pretty cool. I found that out recently. But yeah, I guess let's just get into checking out what some of these cards are looking like. And this is how you would keep track of how much so your goal is to use these things, get those things, which is this and its lore. This is the tracker. I guess I'm going to have to pop these out. I'm going to need 2 sets of them, so they're all coming out. But I'm probably not going to take all these out for every single deck that we get if we end up getting all the decks. You know, probably only going to use 2 sets of these, as many as, you know, we need for two games or whatever, however many we play. But then hopefully, you know, again, being kid friendly, hopefully the nieces and nephews will enjoy this, and maybe they'll have their own starter decks. Then that means they'll have their own tokens to use when they come to play, or go to play, whichever. But we'll see. And when I talked to the owner, well, not owner, yeah, I doubt he's the owner, but guy that was working at the store, nice guy, where I got this hobby shop, these, he said he wasn't too sure between Lorcana and Pokemon what are easier for kids to learn, especially, you know, if you're not a trading card game player already of any type. So I guess that means they would both work. The thing about this, what I found interesting, is these are actually rated 8+, and Pokemon is rated 6+. And I think that may have to, I could be wrong, of course, but I wonder if that has to do with the more collectible nature of Pokemon. That they say, you know, if you're 6 or 7, you can certainly collect these cards. You might not be able to battle with them, but you could collect them. But then 8+ might be more of the battle range, you could say. So not a whole lot of these. Should be enough, but of course, you don't need to use these. You can use dice like people do for other games. With Pokemon, Pokemon actually has official damage dice you can get, we would have some. We just haven't opened any of the things we have that contain them. So yeah, there's that. There's this. Throw those off to the side there. We've got our lore tracker. Shows just what number you got there as you go. Useful. It seems like it'd be a pretty fun game. And the thing about this is it's not really, you're not battling, you're not really attacking. You kind of are attacking, but you're not really. So the way it would work is if you wanted to you get 2 lore from this, if you had this aerial out, then you would tap it like you do in Magic, and that would make it, I can't remember, exert, I think is what they call it, which would make it attackable. If it's exerted. If it's not exerted, a card's not exerted, it's not attackable by your opponent. Again, exerted would just be tapped for that turn until your turn comes back around. And then, of course, yeah, if you would attack an exerted card, you would have to exert your card. And it works like most other games. You can't attack the first time a character card comes down. You can't use it. Items in this work a bit differently, so that sometimes you can play them the first time they're down, and I think sometimes you can't. Usually you can, though, generally. But some of them, they like, it seems like a lot of them, we'll see here in a moment when we read some of these, seems like a lot of them stay in play. And then there's actions specifically that are different than your, whatever that was, because the rules told us what kind of cards we had. Sorry, just check that real quick here. It was, yeah, item cards. So stay in play when you play them and give you special abilities during the game. So there you have. So it's kind of like an item equip kind of cards. Things that are perpetual types of spells. Try not to. You see a lot of singles already all over the place too, in all the shops that I go to. Lorcana singles. Well, not the comic shop, which I do frequent the most. Okay, I don't really like the packaging there. I don't really like the packaging there, to be honest. Could do without all that. I really do like the card backs. Those are cool. The next series, the 4th of these, is coming out in May, I think it is. Ursula's Revenge or something like that. Ursula's Return. And it is going to have 2 more decks, but it's going to have, instead of like this gift set it does, it's going to have like a single player challenge box kind of thing. It could also be a 2-player, but anyway, so I'm going to just zoom in here. All right, so we already saw Ariel on human legs. This is the, your attack and your defense. I can't remember what they call them. That's will is your defense is called will, I think. Maybe power for your attack or whatever. Not too sure. These are, I'm pretty sure the rarity is down here. I'm not too sure what is what exactly. So there's that. Ariel, though, that's 2 of her. So this character can't tap to sing songs. I think is what that is. Yeah. There's another way to use songs, but then I can't remember exactly the rules on songs, but one way you can use songs is by tapping characters, except Ariel on human legs, because she can't, as it says, she's voiceless. She can't tap to sing songs. Moana, probably. That's going to be our first, as it said here, I believe somewhere. Oh yeah, ready to play deck, including 2 foils. Our foils are obviously going to be the 2 stars of the deck there. Mona being, it tends to be a male and a female character of whatever sort, but that's not always the case. But that's kind of nice. So anyone can feel like the deck is kind of theirs. You can also, once you get into it, start mixing and matching, since each deck has 2 types. You can use, one type from one deck, one type of the other once you get more experienced, things like that. Real fun. And of course, there's boosters. So anyway, Mona, we can fix it. Whenever this card quests, you may ready your other princess characters. Okay, so when you quest, that's when you go. I'm pretty sure that's when you're tapping to get lore. You can ready your other princess characters when you, okay. But they can't quest for the rest of this turn. I wonder I'm not sure what it means to ready them if you can't use them unless unless you can quest with them first, tap them, and then use We Can Fix It, and then Mona quests, or well, when Mona quests, We Can Fix It kicks in, and then all the princess cards untap basically. They just can't quest for that turn. So you can untap all your princess cards if you've already tapped them that turn. They just can't quest again. So that's kind of cool, which means that they wouldn't be attackable by your opponent. And then there's Mickey. I guess they just didn't want to put the foils on the very top. Yeah, again, that mark is different than the Mona one. You can see there at the bottom. Pretty sure that has to be the rarity. Really nice looking holo though. It looks like there's some texture in there. And just looking at them on their, yeah, you can see on their app, you can see kind of what the foils look like, and you can kind of see there's certain parts that are, this is probably the case with Pokemon cards too, that are pronounced like Mickey's flame there. Really cool, really cool. And also the swirls from his hands. Anyway, yeah, Mickey, animate Broom, you play one, it's one less ink to play Broom characters, okay. When one of your Broom characters is banished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand, okay. So lots of brooms. There's a lot of brooms. So maybe this is some kind of, we'll keep an eye on what exactly this deck is capable of, see if we can pick up the pattern. Some kind of rush deck or something maybe. A Cinderella, Gentle and Kind. You can see pretty strong will with 5 there. Not strong on the, if you want to attack, I think, an opponent or whatever. Singer 5, so that means that I think it usually takes into account the ink cost whenever you're trying to sing songs with characters. So instead of the default 4 Cinderella would be, she's a Singer 5. And Wonderful Dream, tap this card to remove, which is Exert in this game. Exert, remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess character. Ooh, okay, healer. Okay. I myself am drawn to the healing type of things, so maybe this will be a type of deck for me. There's a Hades. Doesn't seem like it would fit the healing deck persona very well. Well of Souls, when you play this character, return a character card from your discard to your hand. Okay, so there's a lot of, just like the brooms with Mickey, they go back to your hand during certain times when used. Hades is letting you bring things back from the discard. And then Hey, I've seen foil promos of this one. Support, whenever this card quests, you may add their power to another chosen character's power this turn when they quest. Huh. So I'm not sure now what quest is, if that's when you're questing, if you're attacking one of the opponents that is down or not, or if, let's check real quick. There's only 2 things. One of them is questing. The other one is the other thing. Setting up. Okay, yeah, so yeah. Quest is what, we did have it right. Challenge is when you're challenging an opponent's exerted character. So yeah, we did have it. So I guess it just means that if Hey quests, I think that's how you pronounce him. Boat snack. Nice. It just means that something's powered up for that coming turn. Another one. Sorry if I'm going too slow. You can always speed the video up. Maximus, Relentless Pursuer. Nice. A horsey. Horse kick. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 power this turn. Nice. Not bad. He pursues his quarry with courage, discipline, and a touch of class. 3/3, 3 cost, ink cost. Another one there. Mickey! Another Mickey. Not Sorcerer Mickey or whatever the other one was. This is Mickey Mouse, true friend. As long as he's around, newcomers to the Great Illuminary will always get a warm welcome. 3/3/3 again there. He, and unlike Maximus, he gets 2 lore when he quests. Maximus gets 1. See, we're kind of learning the roles already, just as we read the cards. I also did the in-app tutorial, which is just reading, unlike other ones, which may allow you to play a little bit. Minnie Mouse, beloved princess. Nothing again on her, just a card. And maybe sometimes when you see, when it's just a card like that, doesn't have any effects, extra effects. Maybe that's something. Maybe not Mickey, but maybe Minnie. You could use for ink. But again, she's also a princess, so she's going to be comboed with Mona. 3 of her. 3 might be the limit, card limit in this game. Not positive about that. Here's Stitch, new dog Stitch, and there's one that might be a good ink card. He's also very cheap to play though. A lot of the Amber cards. Have we hit many Amethyst? I don't think so, other than the Mickey Hollow, of course. Mickey Foil, they call them. And Be August. So there is an action song, in fact. Character with cost 2 or more can tap to sing this song for free. So that's what it's about. That's what using characters to sing is about. If you tap a character that has cost 2 or more, they'll sing, and you don't have to pay the 2 ink cost that you would normally play to use this card, which is an action, and the action is to look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character card and put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Hard to spread false ideologies in card games. It's not impossible for sure, because there's text and other things, but it's harder in card games and other things than definitely in shows and movies, but even video games, depending on what kind it is, can certainly have a bunch of problematic stuff. But card games, it's just there's not enough content to really have to worry. Control your temper. That's an action. Chosen character gets -2 power this turn. Okay, cool. And these, if I'm correct about what this symbol means, the gold ring around these, they all seem to have. Even actions can be used as ink then, which is nice. Looks like every card can potentially, type of card can potentially be used as ink. Hakuna Matata, nice. There's another song. Takes 4. It seems like it's always going to take the number there. The mana or the ink cost is going to be the character cost you need to tap for free. Remove up to 3 damage from each of your characters. Are you kidding me? That's my kind of card right there. This is going to be, yep, another one. And only 2, but that's okay. 2 is nice. Part of your world, there's another song. There's a lot of songs in here. It's funny because this song art, as you would expect, features Ariel in human form, but of course, as we saw the first cards, Ariel in human form can't sing songs, can't tap to sing songs. So, which is how you sing songs as a character. Oh, there we go. So there's one that you can't use as ink. That's how. All right. So return a character card from your discard to your hand. All right. Not bad. Oh, only one of those. I'm wondering if the bronze triangle means something, like it's an uncommon or something. These are commons maybe. A dingle hopper. Straighten hair. So this is a type of item that would just sit until it was removed by some effect maybe. But every turn that comes around, you can tap it and remove 1 damage from a chosen character. That is an awesome card too. Again, definitely a healer kind of deck. Maybe not so much a rush, but a healer and a return discarded cards to your hand kind of deck. Okay, pretty cool. Dr. Facilier. Not gonna know all these names, just like Pokemon. Agent Provocateur. And he shift 5, so that means yeah. So you may pay 5 ink to play this on top of one of your characters named Dr. Facilier. Facilier. So we're gonna probably have some more of him, a more normal version of him. Into the Shadows. Whenever one of your other characters is banished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand. So there you go. More returning after banished. Nice. Well, is banished the same as discarded? Maybe. Because they get challenged, and when you lose in a challenge, you're banished. Is that what it is called? And a banished character goes to the discard pile. You get all our terms right here. There's Dr. Facilier. Normal version, challenger +2 while challenging this character gets +2 power. I'm not sure the reason he has 0 to begin with, but whatever. I mean, I guess just to have that. Like, I'm not sure what that would do. Because the only time power is used is when you challenge something, I thought. So, anyway, 2 of him, right? 2? Yeah, 2 of those. And so if you have him down, you can forego 2 of the ink cost of the other one, which is how much he costed to get down to play on top of that. Flotsam. Nice. Strong looking card. 5 ink cost, 3/4. Rush. Interesting. So of course, like most games, Rush is going to be able to make an action or challenge. That actually just says challenge, so maybe you can't quest with Rush, but you can attack. Your character's named Jetsam. Gain Rush. Nice. So Flotsam helps Jetsam to rush. Ursula's Spy. Jafar. Some interesting Jafar art. Jafar art. Wicked Sorcerer. Challenger +3. Okay, so there's where Challenger actually makes some sense. So I mean, I guess kind of. I still don't really know, I guess, the difference. Like when that 2 power would ever come into play. Other than maybe if like card effects are not working or something, like there's a card effect that negates all other card effects or something, or characters, and so the Challenger is negated and then he is only at 2. I don't know. Got another Jafar. There's Jetsam there. Evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge this character, which means there you go. It's not easy to hit once it's tapped or exerted. And your characters named Flotsam get evasive. So when you have Flotsam and Jetsam, they get each other's abilities, evasive and rush, which I guess in that case you would want to have Flotsam down first, because that's when then Jetsam will get the rush, and in the other case, Jetsam wouldn't be able to attack the first, or challenge the first turn. And then we got Magic Brooms, which we figured would come eventually with Mickey Sorcerer. Bucket Brigade. Sweep. When you play this card, you may shuffle a card from any discard. Shuffle a card from any discard into its player's deck. Okay, so you can pick a card from an opponent's discard pile and tell them to shuffle that into their deck. Or I guess maybe there's a way to play teams as well, 2 versus 2. I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing. You can play more than 2 players, and we should have 3, of course, of those to make it useful for Mickey. Maleficent. Sorceress. Cast my spell. When you play this character, you may draw a card. Nice. More card draw. More card draw. Olaf, Friendly Snowman. Can't do anything, but it's Strong Will can be used as ink. Probably 3 of him. Yep. Woo. Pascal, probably. Rapunzel's companion, the iguana. And always keep in mind what it has here, because those are going to come into play with different people's abilities and effects and things. Like when we saw the princess Mona that untaps princess cards, the princess showed up there as like a type that the card is. They can have multiple. Camouflage, while you have another character in play, this character gains evasive. Nice. So stack well with Flotsam and Jetsam, I guess. Not super strong, a 1/1 that costs 1. Oh, Rafiki. Mysterious Sage Rafiki. And it has Rush. He has Rush. 3/3. Cool. Very cool. Who doesn't like Rafiki? I mean, come on. Sven. Official Ice Deliverer. Ooh, wow. 6 cost, but 5/7. Reindeer coming through. For sure. It's a strong reindeer. The Wardrobe. Oh, this is a character, not an action or item. Belle's Confidant. Slightly strong. Like in mid-range. Yzma, the Alchemist. You're excused. Whenever this card quests, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. Okay, that's interesting. A lot of card movement. A lot of healing, decent amount of healing. Should say not a lot, I guess. Friends on the other side. Draw 2 cards. A character with cost 3 or more can tap to sing. Oh yeah, this is a song, so yeah. Draw 2 cards. And that is that. 3 of those. Cool. And there again, more card draw for us. Awesome. All right. There's deck number 1. And of course we have 2, so we can use them and battle. Or whatever you call it. Dueling. Nice though. Now I am going to sleeve these up. Sleeve it up to me. I just have to open these and put some cards in there in order to do that. Now I don't know where to lay these for the time being. The desk is clean, but still, I keep stuff off the desk as much as I can. I will open this up. We're going to just have to do another video for the other one, I guess, the other deck. But it'll come out shortly after this one, so don't worry if you want to watch both. And if we get anything else, of course, I'll be showing those. I have no idea what to expect in this other than 12 additional game cards. And let's just hope for something real good. Now, I'm pretty sure they do have, especially these, because they're the oldest ones, they do have some value that I could probably find. Like if I just use TCG Player, I could find the TCG Player market price pretty easily for all singles. Maybe I'll do that at some point. At least for the boosters. Maybe not for the cards we get in the decks, because those are just starter deck cards. We don't really need to know the values, because it's not like we'd really want to sell those. Maybe. Because it depends. Because it really depends. All right, our first ever Lorcana booster. Boosting potentially our starter decks here. Again, I really love that they give you 1 booster in starter decks. That's nice. Very nice of them. Oh, man. There's a rigid part of this pack up at the top or something. Not letting me do the traditional thing I do with Pokemon. Oh, there we go. That's why I do with the Pokemon packs. Just a slight grab right there. There we go. Oh, there's another Maleficent right off the bat. So we could always add that if we wanted more Amethyst. We wanted more Maleficent, more card draw. Actually, there might already be 3 of her now that I think about it. Tink. Tinkerbell, most helpful. And that is a green emerald, I assume, is what that would be. And this must be the common. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this is the common, or at least one of the common icons for rarity. So yeah, our first Amethyst card, which I think the other starter deck, the one we didn't get from the first series, I think it does have Emerald as one. I think it might be, is it Emerald and Ruby, maybe? I think it might be. So there's that. We can always, in fact, might have Tinkerbell in that deck. So that, the Magic Golden Flower, there of course is Sapphire, which we'll have in there. See, Tinkerbell is evasive and also has Pixie Dust. When you play this character, chosen character gains evasive this turn. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. So is that where you're going with Emerald? Is it like a rogue kind of deck? We'll see eventually. Healing Pollen, Magic Golden Flower. Banish this item. So banishing is different than discarding. Remove up to 3 damage from chosen character. Ooh. That's nice. You can only have, I think the rule is you can only have cards from 2 different types or, colors in your deck though. So like you couldn't throw a random Sapphire into this Amethyst and Amber deck. It can only be 2 colors. So, or 1. Goofy Daredevil. So there's a Ruby card for us. Again, I'm pretty sure. I'm wondering if there's only 6 types. Probably tells us in that rule book. And so we would have all 6 types of some of all 6 types from the decks if we had the third of them. There's Goofy though. Daredevil, evasive is himself. Nice, a really strong evasive character there. Another Hey for us. We definitely have 3 of him. Fire the cannons. That is a steel? Yeah, that's a steel, which is where Simba's card is. So deal 2 damage to chosen character. That might be a power kind of deck, damage dealer. Which I thought red could also be, of course. Eye of the Fates, there's an item. Tap, chosen character gets +1, +1 lore this turn when they quest. Oh, another Mickey Mouse True Friend. Oh, and that was a Sapphire, of course. Ooh, Beast, Steel type, or whatever you want to call it. Steel color, Steel type. Very cool. Break, when you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Ooh. Well, that's nice. Seems pretty strong. 5 cost, 4/4. Teka, the burning one. Oh, that's Beast, hard-headed. Teka, the burning one. Whew, 8/6. Reckless, this character can't quest and must challenge each turn if able. Ooh. Oh, and what else was I going to say? Oh, damage, like in Pokemon, damage sticks on cards until they're returned to the hand or discarded, I guess, or the deck, or returned to the deck, or whatever you have. Still really hard to tell. That might be a rare there. That might be an uncommon icon. Rare icon, rare here. Oh, cool. So there's an Ariel we don't have that could fit into the deck. Ariel, Spectacular Singer. And she's a Singer 5. So she's an Ariel that can sing. musical debut, when you play this character, I was going to say, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. It's going to have us looking for a song. You may reveal a song card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So hopefully you have a song in those 4 cards. But that's cool. So there is one we could actually add to the deck. And I figured they would give us one holo rare. There we go. It's a Captain Hook, Forceful Duelist. It actually looks like it must be a common foil, though, judging by that icon, and judging by him being a 1-cost 1/2 character. But Challenger +2, so he's stronger when he's fighting people. Pretty cool card, though. I mean, I do really like the foils. They're nice. And lastly, interesting, a piece of a puzzle. So there you have, if you want, this isn't a code card, but it is a cool puzzle piece, it looks like. Nice. It might be making, whatever that is, Mickey Mouse Artful Barber, or whatever they call it. Can't remember. But all right, cool. All right. Not bad for sure, I guess. Like, I know. I mean, I guess our foil card was a common, so that could have been better maybe. But again, this is like the free pack basically you get with the starter deck. It's not like anything special, like a weird special type of pack. It's a pack from the series, but comes with the starter deck. I really like that. Pokemon doesn't do that. As far as I know, none of their decks do that. That's really all I play, so I don't know about other things. But nice, all right. But there's that. All right, and we'll get to this one in a different video, since this one's already pretty long. But yeah, all right. Looking forward to playing some of this. Actually, coming up on Easter. This is coming up on Easter weekend here, so gonna have the nieces and nephews around. I'm hoping that we can get some battles in now that we got 2 of these decks to use, and we'll see how that goes. I could always try to sort of premiere these decks for you myself, but that's not that fun. So maybe we'll do that sometime. Who knows? But there you have it. I'm Randy, Nerds Templar. This was our first Disney Lorcana opening, pack opening, or deck box, starter deck opening. And that is what it's about. We kind of learned some rules. Maybe learn a little more when we open this up. Who knows? For now, I will catch you later, though. Catch me in the next one, which will be a Pokemon video coming out, I'm sure, unless it's immediately after this one. If it's this one, that might happen. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.